So not too shabby. But relative to 2022, things have improved. Partly because interest in 2022, airlines were not doing that well, especially Delta. So their EBIT, in a sense, have increased. Let's also calculate cash coverage ratio. We're going to take the operating income. Uh, we're going to add some non-cash expenses. We can find them in the statement of cash flows. One of them is depreciation and amortization. And if they have stock-based compensation, you can also add it, but I have a strong suspicion they don't. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Divided by net interest expense and put a negative in front of everything. You should always have cash coverage ratio greater than the times interest earned anyway. So let's see how they compare to Southwest Airlines. I'm gonna put it somewhere here. Of course, I'm gonna change the formulas because yeah, operating income divided by interest expense. Apparently, relatively speaking, cash coverage ratio of Southwest is not that good at the last 3 years. And similarly, plus, but once we correct for cash issues, I wouldn't worry about Southwest Airlines if I was a creditor for them, because they have 7 times capability in cash type earnings to make the interest payments. And one of the reasons is that they have relatively higher depreciation and amortization compared to Delta, but Delta balance sheets are much bigger. All right. Next, let's talk about, started talking about efficiency measures, efficiency ratios. These are ratios that try to uh, figure out how good the firm is in utilizing their certain types of assets. The mother of all of these is the inventory turnover. Let me close this and reopen it. If this OneNote was a Apple product, I don't think we would have had any of these issues. This is cost of goods sold or cost of revenue divided by inventory. Don't know why it's not cooperating with me. Maybe the right here. Revenue. The reason we make comparisons to cost of revenue, inventory, just a second. You don't have to memorize them. Exams will be open book and stuff anyway. And your other assessments are homework assignments, which means you have access to everything. You have access to notes you take. It could be paper notes, or if you have your notes on places like Google Docs and stuff, I'll allow you. You just won't be able to use the internet. That's all. But obviously, you can reach your electronic notes from internet because I don't want the exams to be a contest between who's better at looking up stuff. A lot of things are available. I mean, I'm not saying being able to use AI or such type of skills are unnecessary skills, but that's a different course. Here we're trying to measure your understanding of finance, not that. Because in my life, I never believed in closed book exams. I mean, most of my exams were like that, but I had an advantage. I have a freakishly good memory, almost eidetic memory. If I learn a formula and use it once, I never forget it. Sometimes, even if I forget it, I know actually how to actually drive that formula. So not a problem. For example, in statistics, we took math stats and econometrics. I had a huge advantage over my friends. One, I was better at math anyway, and two, I never forgot any formula. All I did is do right. I mean, I used to get out of an hour and a half exam in 35 minutes, outscore the next person to me by 30 points.